One morning I woke up and then I realized that my website was down due to an automatically updated plugin. My name's Andy, I am the Code Rebel, and I am going to talk about enabling and disabling auto updates in WordPress plugins. Um, let's start with a bit of an argument of why you should, why you shouldn't. I've been bitten by this one before. It's not too bad if you get a plugin that just creates a massive error and it falls over, because you can remotely disable that and it should come back. If it doesn't, well, then you need a backup. You need to go to your backups, and it can happen. And it has happened, and not from tiny company, tiny developer plugins. Sometimes it happens from the big people that should know better. It just depends what's running on your site alongside them, I guess, just in case anything conflicts. Yeah, they're not foolproof. I don't think there is an inbuilt way. I think there are some plugins that you can use to roll back. I'll do some more digging. I should have probably dug into it before this, but I think there is a way of kind of doing a sandbox type test with them, and just making sure they do work. So yeah, it's there. It's in WordPress. I'll show you. I'm open on the Code Rebel website here, so you can see. I've got site kits enabled. Google are pretty good. They don't tend to, and I want my site kit there anyway, so I want to enable updates. And the reason why you enable them is so you're always up to date. Just for security reasons, you want to be running the latest version, with any vulnerabilities fixed in them, and someone that keeps on top. So it is good to keep right on top. As you can see, there's not much on here. WP Mail SMTP is probably one that I would enable. That's fine. These are my plugins. I update them myself. Sometimes I don't think I really open up any vulnerabilities because I don't do anything too complicated and advanced, and it's typically not even kind of customer facing. It's not public facing out on the website, most of them. I don't know how anyone would get in through a page counter. I don't know. Probably possible though, isn't it? And just in case you're watching this, that's not a challenge. Don't try it. So yeah, some of these, even the ones that come from your hosting provider, like these Ionos, and the fast hosts one, they can cause problems and unexpected behavior. So it's good to keep everything done, but it can be a nightmare. And like I said earlier, if you wake up and the website's down and there's a problem, at least that's obvious, and check your email and check your notifications to see whether something has auto updated, because it does notify you. So if an auto update's happened and then all of a sudden you logged that problem and that issue and the site went down and hung, well, it was that plugin, or you've got a good idea that it was. So your first part of call is to disable that, and off you go. The other side of it, and I've had this one too, from a certain payment provider. Thank you, PayPal. PayPal checkout in WooCommerce. I've had that. Basically, my website looked like it was working fine. Look, no problem, no problem, no problem. And then all of a sudden I stopped getting orders, and PayPal, with a certain update, it was just failing checkout. I I don't really like PayPal because, to be honest, well, I use it because of the trust that we have. Like, people in the UK like to use PayPal, and it's a trust thing. So if you have PayPal, you're a legit person, and if you're not, I can get my money back, so it's fine. The downside of it is they charge quite a hefty fee for payments. I'll switch back to full me. Sorry for taking up more of the screen with my face. Yeah, the downside is they charge a hefty fee for payment, and once you go over a certain amount per month, start withholding them, so you don't get daily or even within a couple of days payments. They seem to hold them for quite a long time sometimes when you pass a point. So I like to have it further down the list so people can use it if they want, but I prefer card, just straight up Stripe payments, and I've not had a problem with that plugin. PayPal one was a total nightmare because it took quite a while to spot. When I did spot it, immediately things just returned to normal by deactivating it. And that was my course of action. Just deactivate and delete the plugin. I got rid of PayPal for quite a while, and I've brought it back now. They seem to have fixed the problems, but yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess for a time and a nightmare to figure out. And I think you almost are like, it's not ideal when you come in and you find something's been disastrous and wiped the lot out. That's far from ideal, and I'm not saying I like to find that, by a long way. I hate it when that happens because I have to do something. But a much worse scenario, and people that have been in this situation and had to recover from it, you'll 100% you'll understand what I mean when I say you find a problem and that problem has been happening for years. It's been happening, say, 5 years. So you have 5 years of corrupt, wrong data that's been subtly sitting there. And then all of a sudden you realize it's all wrong and it's all made a mistake. And that can happen. And it has happened. I know it's happened. Thankfully not on my websites. Well, I suppose the PayPal one was kind of an inconvenience, and I will have lost money because I lost sales through it. And that's what we're talking about, really. That's the risk if you're running an online store. What I would do, take a backup, make sure it's recent at a quiet sales time. So if you know you're not going to get sales through a certain number of hours or they're going to be quiet, take a backup, then go through, manually update your plugins. If it's fine, carry on. If it's not fine and one's a problem, and you can't deal with it there, you can go straight to your backup and restore that without losing anything or with minimal loss. It's not going to be too catastrophic. So I guess those are the scenarios that are like, kind of the worst case is well, it is. It's when it's doing something you don't notice. When something falls over with a critical error, it's fine. We know what to do. We can see the problem. We know how to fix it. So, yeah, that's my experience with things updating themselves. When it comes to enabling auto updates, it really is down to your judgment. If it's something you think, I absolutely need the latest, most up-to-date version on this, enable it. Keep it secure, keep it going, and keep it up to date. However, if it's something that you think, this is a bit of a minor thing, maybe wait and do it in a more controlled manner. And I'm not saying you should do certain things one way or another. All I'm saying is, with Google Sitekit, I tend to enable it. I've never had a problem with any of my sites on Google, not with genuine Google plugins. Most of them are fine. WooCommerce, things like that. The updates seem to go quite smoothly and fine. It's third-party plugins, and it doesn't tend to always be the small developers. Sometimes it's big companies will roll something out. And maybe it's because you're using a plugin that they haven't tested it with, but it can cause an absolute nightmare. So, yeah, I just thought I would weigh in with the why you would go to plugins and start, enabling and disabling certain updates. And yeah, keep them up to date. Definitely keep them up to date. But also maybe enable auto isn't the best way forwards with all of them. So have a look, have a review, see what you think. It really is down to your judgment, but yeah, some of them fine, you'll get away with it, and sometimes you will just end up with a little problem. And let's hope it's a small problem that's obvious and can be fixed quickly, um, not something subtle that's damaging data in the background and you know is slowly coming towards a big catastrophe over several years of getting things wrong. That's that's basically my experience from being a developer for a long time. Um, I guess that's it for my kind of roundup of why you would enable and disable auto updates. And yeah, if you found it useful, give me a like. If you want more tips like this, give me a subscribe. You can always buy me a coffee. I love that. And I will see you next time.